It's weekdays with Lee Dixon on your iHeart radio station. Craig Heppel from Olbers in Real Estate is in the studio. Hello, mate.
Hello, Lee. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Time for a peek inside the crumble of Purple Bricks.
Do you know what Purple Bricks was?
Is it a saying?
It's Purple Bricks was a real estate business.
Really?
Yep.
We're not going to get in trouble for talking about it behind their back, are we?
They're gone.
Gone.
So this is titled The Crumble of Purple Bricks. Now, there are two ways to effectively and successfully sell a property: private treaty and auction. Now, we know that the mere thought of selling by auction sends shivers up the spine of the majority of Tassie homeowners. Maybe I could run an info session to show how simple and effective auctions are. Could be food for thought, I think.
Well, you've chimed about them before and said that, they're a great alternative.
They are, but I think we've landed on something there. Stay tuned. So that leaves private treaty, which means put a price or a price guide on the property and wait for the market to respond and make offers. That's what everyone generally works with. Or there's method 3, which only about 6% of Australian homeowners have a crack at, and that's selling your own property or home. Would you represent yourself at your own murder trial or carry out your own brain surgery, Lee?
Well, the answer's a pretty sure no, isn't it, with that?
But don't get me wrong, there's a small proportion of homeowners in Australia who have successfully done this, but you really need to know the ins and outs of buyer psychology and how easily and quickly market sentiment can change. Now, with private treaty and the sell it yourself method in mind, enter Purple Bricks.
Okay.
Purple Bricks was an English company that straddled the agent/private sale DIY spaces. It was based on the POMI model, sorry to all of my English friends, based on the POMI model of real estate sales. And that is, the agent lists and markets the property, they field the inquiries, but then gets the owner to carry out the physical inspections with prospective buyers, all for a much lower fee or commission.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how the English do it. And it's successful in England, but why? The population density in the UK is 280 people per square kilometre. That's on a population of about 67 million. Now, I want everyone to recall this. Remember this. Population density in Australia is 3 people per square kilometre on a population of 26 million.
This is crazy numbers, aren't they?
Incredible density differentiations. So, in mid-2016, Purple Bricks kicked off in Australia to much fanfare. It was huge. And I don't believe they came to Tassie, hence your question, you weren't quite sure about them. But there's actually a couple of agencies around Tassie that are still using their model. Now, they were going to swamp the market with this new agent-supported sell-it-yourself model. So for an upfront fee of about $2,000, you'd have a professional marketing, we'll call it an agent, and I use the term loosely, for support, and you deal with the buyers yourself as the homeowner. And this is exactly what I said at the time of their launch. They'll be gone in a couple of years. Why? Okay. Substandard agents believing there was an easy buck to be made, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
As the old saying goes.
That is. The inability of homeowners to recognise and deal with buyer behaviour, traits, objections and buying signs. The volume and tyranny of distance. Purple Bricks agents would need to list at least 10 properties a month to make a half-decent living, and they'd have to travel all over the large cities or regional areas to get that sort of volume. Time is money.
God, I've tried to sell stuff on Marketplace before. That's hard enough for a $40 item, let alone a house.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a similar kind of model, isn't it?
It is in a way. Very similar.
Yeah.
So in late 2018, the cracks began to appear when Purple Bricks changed the pricing model from $2,000 all up to $2,000 up front, which was basically paying the listing agent, then another $2,000 to Purple Bricks when the property sold.
Ooh.
Here's the kicker. With a lack of agent skill and home seller ability to properly understand market conditions, get offers or close deals, Purple Bricks homes sat longer on the market, delaying the next $2,000 payment upon sale, or the vendor pulling the pin on the whole deal in frustration that the $2,000 going up in smoke. I was watching it.
You called it.
I called it. In late 2019, after trying to launch in the USA as well, Purple Bricks packed up their toys in Australia and retreated back to the old dart. Now, in my 21 years of real estate, I've seen many entities try to reinvent the property sales wheel and almost failing spectacularly or fading off into the sunset. 94% of homeowners will engage a traditional agent to market, qualify, engage, negotiate and close the deal. Finding the good ones is the trick, and those who pop up with cheap alternatives which only work on high listing volumes do not hang around too long. Now, the average commission for professional full-service agents Australia-wide is about 2.4% of the sale price, whilst here on the Northwest Coast, the average is just above 2.5%. Now, franchise groups generally at the upper end of the commission scale as they've got higher overheads and do have to send a portion of turnover back to the mothership. For me, the moral to the Purple Brick story is if you think it's expensive to hire a professional to do the job, wait until you hire an amateur.
There it is.
Yeah. So with all that in mind, what a great opportunity to give homeowners and potential home sellers a big leg up. I'm giving away free copies of my Home Seller's Handbook, How to Take the Unknown Out of Selling Your Home. It's 16 pages, easy to read, with tips and advice on how to get it right the first time when you're ready to sell. So if you want a hard copy or an e-version, just email me, craig@ulverstonrealestate.com. My free Home Seller's Handbook.
Lovely. And what was that email address again?
It's craig@ulverstonrealestate.com.
Lovely. Always insightful. We'll get you on air again next week. That's a peek inside.
Looking forward to it, Lee.
See
Thanks.
Craig at Ulverston Real Estate. This is weekdays